Hey everyone, Newcomb here, and today we're going to talk about stories of them doing something bad or that they think they did something bad. I don't know. I'll let you guys let me know in the comments section below. This next one, I'm going to let my wife tell this story since it's come from a perspective of a woman.
Am I the jerk for canceling a check of $12,000 that I wrote to my infertile friend for her next IVF cycle over a joke? I, female 35, am infertile. My ex-husband and I tried everything to have kids, but it just never happened. He divorced me and went and married someone younger who was able to give him a kid, and from what I gather, they're expecting a second child together. It hurts like hell to see someone else have what I couldn't. I get frustrated with myself sometimes and with my family blaming me for basically everything. I turn to my friends for support, especially, we'll call her Alicia. She's in the same infertility boat as me, but she and her husband are currently trying IVF, hoping it'll work. Alicia asked me to help to pay for her upcoming IVF cycle, and I agreed to write her a check of $12,000. I really wanted to help her, and the money came with no strings attached. I wrote the check and gave it to her last week. She was really appreciative. The very next day, I got a sudden message from a mutual friend, we'll call her Carol, with a screenshot of the conversation she had with Alicia. Turns out, she and Alicia were talking about the next IVF cycle, and Alicia said she hoped the cycle would work because she, quote, didn't want to end up divorced and having her husband go marry someone younger and have a baby with them and have another one on the way. While she's alone without a family, air quote. And I was stunned and hurt. I knew she meant me there, but I didn't confront her. I simply contacted my bank and canceled the check. In the evening, Alicia called and asked me why I canceled the check, and I told her. She went batshit, saying she didn't mean it that way and that she thought that it was more of somewhat like an inside joke between desperate and fertile women. She came over with her husband the next day begging I write her another check, but I refused. An argument ensued, and her husband thought I wasn't being supportive of her like when she supported me through my struggles. She left crying, and we haven't talked since then. And her husband keeps reminding me, while repeatedly calling Carol a toxic snake, of the date of the next cycle, saying that they can't have it after I took away the money that was supposed to be for them to pay for it. Some friends think I'm being oversensitive. Carol's on my side and telling me that I'm right to tell them to go to hell, but I feel so bad about it. What I might have just done to damage our 15 years of friendship. Maybe I shouldn't have canceled it, but I just felt so offended by what she said about me and how she basically mocked my unfortunate circumstances.
Alright, for our next story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Not Paying My Daughter's Wedding Because She Invited My Brother and His Family? I'm a 46-year-old male. My brother is 48 years old. When I was 20, my then girlfriend cheated on me with my brother. I was heartbroken and pissed. I told him he is no longer my brother. Despite my request, my family didn't cut him off. So I told them that I would never again be in the same place as he is. If they wish to invite us both, then they should just only invite him as I would uninvite myself. My daughter is getting married in spring next year. In our culture, both parents are paying for the wedding. It's a 50-50 split. Unexpectedly, my daughter sat me down and told me that she is inviting my brother, which is her uncle, and his family. He married my cheating ex-girlfriend, by the way. Apparently, she was seeing them for the last 4 years and built a relationship with them behind my back. She even wanted her cousin to be some kind of flower girl. I was pissed. I told her that my boundaries are, and if my brother was invited, then I'm not going to pay for my part of the wedding. She became angry and told me it's time to let go of the past. I told her it's not her call to make. We argued some more, and she told me I am making her wedding about myself. I told her I would probably not even attend, so it'll be all about her. She left crying. My ex-wife called me screaming and told me I'm a huge jerk and our daughter is crushed. Then my parents called. They expressed the same feelings. I told them all off, and now I'm ignoring their phone calls. My girlfriend told me to reconsider and apologize to all of them, that by not paying for the wedding and attending myself, I will break off the relationship with my daughter. I don't know what to do. I think my boundaries are set and it should be respected. Am I a jerk for all of this? Our next story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Missing My Father-in-Law's Funeral After My Mother-in-Law Booked Us Flights? However, she booked my husband first class and she put me in economy. I'm a 31-year-old female and my mother-in-law doesn't have a close relationship with me. She's civil towards me, but she can be a bit passive-aggressive at times, and we often have disagreements with each other. We live in different states. My father-in-law suddenly passed away, and my mother-in-law told me and my husband that we have to come and attend the funeral. She booked our tickets to fly to her state. But this is where the issue started, when my husband told me that we couldn't sit together in the plane because his mom had booked him in a first class while she booked me in economy seating. I was flabbergasted by this. I tried asking him why he urged me to suck it up and we'll talk about it later. In that moment, that particular moment, I felt such humiliation and contempt. I felt she was treating me as less than she ever has in her hard times. So, I decided not to go and just to go back home. My husband was shocked by my decision to go home, and he tried to convince me to stay, but I declined. He went alone, and I ended up missing the funeral. He was livid and calling me and texting nasty things to me, that I was petty and spoiled. He said that I should be grateful his mom paid for my ticket to begin with, then said that she doesn't owe me a goddamn thing. I argued about how she could just booked us both in economy and money was an issue, but he called me pathetic for thinking about it when his dad has just died. He said that it was cruel and what I did, and that his mom and his family will never forget I missed the funeral over a ridiculous reason. So, what do you guys think? Am I a jerk for doing this? So, let me know if you guys have any stories below in the comments section. I appreciate the like and the subscribe, and check out my other stories on the channel. See you guys next time.